Have you ever asked yourself how long you should rest in between sets? If you have, you're going to get your answer. If not, you probably should know this anyway. So, the answer, it's not concrete. It depends. But the way that I like to structure my rest periods is, one, I ask myself how much time I actually have in the gym, and I prioritise certain movements so that I have more rest for those bigger compounds. So, for example, today I've started my glute session with hip extension. I've gone in cold. It's more of a priming exercise. Now, I will only rest between 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Is that 2 minutes? Yeah, 90 seconds to 2 minutes for those small priming exercises at the start of the session. I won't rest for very long because your glutes are fresh and they're probably going to be able to recover faster. Now, second exercise, I move on to my hip thrusts, and it's a bigger movement. I'm lifting a lot more weight in comparison to the hip extension, and it's recruiting multiple muscle groups at once as well. So I'm working the overall leg really between glutes, hamstrings and the quads isometrically. There's a lot going on, and they need a bit more rest in comparison to me doing the priming exercise before. So even though I did 90 seconds rest on the first exercise, because I felt as though that's all I needed, I will rest between at least 2.5 to 3 minutes for my bigger movements. Next, I got RDLs, similar sort of thing. It's a big compound lift. I want to make sure I put a lot of energy, time and focus into that movement. So it does take me longer naturally because, one, I've got to warm up, which takes a long time to get to my working set weight. And two, fatiguing. It's a highly fatiguing movement and you just need longer to recover. After that, I go into my accessories. So I'm pretty sure today it's like cable kickbacks. Now, because I'm getting to that point already quite fatigued, I will rest for at least 2 minutes. You're going to notice I'm throwing loads of different numbers at you because it does just entirely depend on you and how far you're pushing it. If you're training really hard, you're going to have to rest for longer, which is why normally at the start of the plan you do more volume naturally because you're just not pushing hard enough. And then when you do start pushing hard enough, sometimes it's actually good to reduce the volume because you do need to naturally rest a bit longer. So it does entirely depend on you and how much you feel as though you need. If after 3 minutes I feel as though my glutes still aren't recovered enough to go into my next set, I will just wait longer because I want to make sure I'm getting the most out of every single set that I do. If I get to 3 minutes and I feel good and ready to go, I'm happy. But rule of thumb, first exercise, which is like an isolation exercise, you can rest for a little bit less time. About 90 seconds is good enough. When you're going into your heavy compound movements, if you're feeling ready to go after 30 seconds, you're probably not training hard enough. And that's a hard truth. So the big compound lifts, at least 2.5 to 3 minute 3 minute rest periods for those movements. And when I say compound movements, it's the big movements that we talk about all the time. They're the ones that we want to put a lot of time, energy and focus into. There are strength-based exercises and they work multiple muscle groups at once. So for example, the hip thrust, an RDL, squat, what else is there? Leg press, hack squat, any kind of squat pattern, anything like that. I want you to take a lot of time to think, right, okay, I need to train intensely and I want to push a lot of weight on these movements. So naturally you're going to need to rest a little bit longer for those movements. Hopefully that clears it up. If not, shoot a question over in the group chat and I shall speak to you soon.